The 2026 Kia Sportage is refreshed this year and it's looking brand new. Today, we have it in the SX Prestige trim level, so I'm gonna need an expert like Brittany here. Hey Brittany.
Hello.
Good to see you.
You too.
Brittany's a salesperson here at Smail Kia in Greensburg, and together, we're gonna take this vehicle on a test drive.
I'm excited to show it to you. Let's get to it.
If you're interested in a new Kia Sportage, come check it out online at smailkia.com or come see our brand new showroom that's being built right off Route 30 in Greensburg. Brittany, let's talk about the exterior color because it is contrasting really well here. What do we have?
She's sharp. This is our Glacial White Pearl in the SX Prestige model.
Yeah, and it looks really great. Now, the difference that I've seen between this and the 25 is that the daytime running lights are in a different position, right?
Yes, those got upgraded.
Yeah, it looks like the daytime running lights are on the outside of the headlights on this one. And it looks like it takes a lot of cues from like the K4 or like the EV6,
Yes.
the electric side of things.
Yes.
Black accents really contrast well in the front. It looks like we have some fog lights on there as well. So a lot of stuff going into the SX Prestige trim level here.
Those are an upgraded wheel here for the Sportage.
Yeah, it looks like, what, 19-inch wheels? Those take a lot of inspiration from that EV lineup in Kia as well. Keyless entry in this vehicle as well, Brittany, right?
Yes, all you have to do is go ahead and put your hand on the handle there and go ahead and pull the door.
Yeah, that unlocked. But here's something that I noticed. Actually, the seats adjusted automatically, but the power folding mirror actually came out as well. So I imagine there's a ridge here on the door. I'm just gonna hit that to lock it up.
Correct, you got it.
And that's gonna fold in the mirrors. That's really cool. And talking about those power folding rear view mirrors, we also have a turn signal indicator on those, which is really nice, and their body color. Coming along the side of the Sportage, you'll see that it is very similar to the 25s. These LED taillights look upgraded from the previous year. You can see that Kia logo there in the center, Sportage, and the 4X logo there in the back, as well as some sensors. I'm excited to get in there and test some of this out. But if I go ahead and press the button in the back, we have a power liftgate in the back, which I love, and a ton of room for storage back here, right? Even underneath here, we have our spare tire. And one of the big things that you'll note back here, you have a 12-volt charger. In order to put the seats down, you have nice little latches here, which you fold those, and they go pretty flat there. Let me go ahead and put those all the way down so you can see. Yeah, those actually lock in there, and that's pretty darn flat. There's a little raise, but you can fit stuff all the way back to the front seats there, which is really great. Jumping into the back seats here, Brittany, this door actually opens up almost 90 degrees here. You get a lot of stuff. What's also really cool, you have the Harman Kardon sound system in the door, but these black leather seats absolutely they look great. They're perforated leather back here. And the thing is, like up top, it has like a micro suede insert type of thing in there. When we look in front of us here, we have these seats are actually shaped really uniquely. What is the top here for, Brittany?
So those are to hang maybe your grocery bags or a woman's purse or you know, any bags that you guys have when you're traveling or anything.
And you could probably do that here as well. There's some storage back here, some ventilation. But the big thing that sticks out to me on these seats is the USB-C fast charging ports on the back of both the driver and the passenger seat. So the people in the back seat have charging options. But one of the things that I noticed back here is this large panoramic sunroof that's coming back all the way to my head. It gives me a lot of vertical visibility, but even more so, it's gonna give us a lot more air in here as well. So really great to see this back here. Let's jump up front and then we'll get this thing on the road. So jumping in the front seats of the 26 Sportage for the first time, similar to the 25s, but what I'm seeing here is the steering wheel looks really different to me. We have a flatter top in the bottom. We have where our buttons are on this steering wheel is a little different. Let me go ahead and put my foot on the brake, start this vehicle up. We have our engine start stop button here. And we have a one panel screen across the front here, infotainment system on the right. We have the instrument cluster here in the middle. And I'm just gonna make sure we're nice and cool for this. We have our AC settings here. What we've seen in previous years, you also can change this into your home screen buttons there for if you want your to get to your media or whatever the case is. So moving up here, we have this 12.3-inch infotainment screen. It's huge. Do we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this device?
Yes, we do, and it's wireless.
Oh, okay. Wow, cool. So it looks like we have a wireless charger up front as well as 2 USB-C fast charging ports. Obviously, on the steering wheel here on the left-hand side, we have our adaptive cruise control settings and our lane keep assist. We have, different things that we can change up here on the instrument cluster. But the main thing here is we have different drive modes here, right? So what do we have?
So we have normal, sport, and then we have My Drive, which tailors to your driving habits.
Oh, that's cool. We'll test that out on the test drive. On the right side, something that's really sticking out to me, though, is the terrain mode. So whenever I hit that button, it looks like we can switch between snow, mud, or sand. So we have a lot of off-roading capabilities there.
In front, we have our heated seats and our ventilated seats, and then we have our heated steering wheel for the driver as well.
Cool. So the driver and passenger both have the heated and ventilated seats. That's cool. Coming down here, we have some other buttons like our auto hold. We'll probably demonstrate that on the test drive. Our parking sensors. We can turn our idle engine off, which is really great. And we have our downhill brake control. So definitely a lot of really great stuff. But what do we have there?
And then you can turn this button on here to see your rear camera and then your bird's eye view of your vehicle.
So we have a 360 camera on this. And it looks like we have a ton of different views. We even have that over-the-shoulder shot with that. That's just not that cars have shoulders, but definitely it's a cool angle to have there. So along those lines, let's go ahead and start the test drive and put the vehicle into reverse so we can check out that backup camera, right? Whenever I turn the steering wheel, you're gonna see the angle of those lines change behind us, right? We have that nice 360 top-down view. So I absolutely love that. That's must be an upgrade in the SX Prestige. And whenever I get close to something, you can see that the sensors are going off. It's beeping at me. It's actually giving me a little aura down there and showing me where I'm getting close to something. Closer that I get to it, the more that it beeps, the louder that it beeps there. And just to kind of appreciate that over-the-shoulder shot, you can do that there. But definitely a lot of different ways that you can view around your vehicle during your drive. If I go ahead and come out here, here's my question, right? If I am in reverse and I see our salesperson Lloyd coming up behind us here, it's actually telling me that there's a car coming from my left side, but more than that, it's beeping at me and it's vibrating my steering wheel, letting me know that somebody's coming up behind me there and to look out. So that's really great for like busy parking lot situations and things like that. So let's go ahead and get this thing out onto the highway here in normal mode. All right, and we have a nice smooth transition up to power there. As far as the engine goes, what do we have for this one, Brittany?
This is a 2.54 cylinder engine.
What I will do right now is go ahead and activate our adaptive cruise control. And what that is doing is setting my speed there to about 54 miles per hour. It's registering the vehicle in front of us and slowing us based on their speed. So if they reach a certain distance from us, this will just pop us up to the speed that I have set. But if they come within that distance, it'll slow us based on their speed. Will this come all the way down to a complete stop?
Yes, it will.
The other thing that I have active right now is the lane keep assist. So if I were to just inch over here to the right side, take my hand off the steering wheel, all this is doing is kind of pinballing us between the lines of the road. It's giving me a little alert on my dashboard as well to kind of keep my hands on the steering wheel. But you can kind of see how that comes in handy whenever you are, driving and maybe you're not as attentive as you should be. It's just nice to have that adaptive cruise control and that lane centering kind of watching out for you.
Kia has our bumper to bumper, our 5-year 60,000 miles, and then our 10-year 100,000 mile powertrain warranty.
Nice.
So you're covered.
Yeah, that's a very long warranty. I noticed that on my mirror, a little light just came on to alert me that somebody was over there. Whenever I turned on my turn signal, it flashed and also gave me an audible alert over there. But one of the things that I'm noticing, Brittany, that's pretty cool, I don't think all Sportages come with this, but whenever I turn on my turn signal, it's showing me a little camera over there on my dashboard. So that's really cool. And I can actually monitor the side that this person, you can tell that somebody's up there in my blind spot. That's really awesome. I'm going to kick us over into sport. Let's just see the difference between sport and normal mode. All right. Well, I can tell you that there's an audible difference. I do feel like we got up to speed a little quicker there in the sport mode as well. But it's a nice smooth transition up to power. This is, just a nice smooth ride. I honestly haven't felt very many bumps in the road. As far as the ride goes, no complaints there. I noticed up front we actually have the speed limit sign on the dashboard as well, so that's another nice thing, that whenever we're driving, it's actually monitoring the speed and it's telling me, if I go too far above that speed, for example, that little speed limit sign is going to start turning red there. So it's going to keep me honest. So that's our test drive on the 26 Kia Sportage SX Prestige. Pretty awesome vehicle. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments section below. We'll make sure to get back to you. And Brittany, if they have any questions for you, how would they be able to contact you?
Come visit me off of Route 30 in Greensburg or at smailkia.com.
That's going to do it for our test drive. So until next time, enjoy the ride.